we don't assume anything. We start from the very beginning. Our physicians have a prognosis and diagnosis, and because they are physicians and all practicing physicians, they understand what the service quality should be and what services should be provided in order, okay? So we're able to go back and we're able to confirm that services were actually performed as they were supposed to be performed. For example, sometimes we'll see something that's done out of order, and it doesn't make any sense. The doctor, that's a point where a doctor will jump in and say, hey, why was this billed for this way? Why was this service done at this point in time? Many times this is fat finger error. Everybody makes errors. Nobody expects hospitals or anybody else in that billing department to be perfect. So what we're doing is we're going back and we're just making sure that services that were billed for were actually rendered and rendered when they were supposed to have been rendered. So one of the things we see on a regular basis is a hospital will bill for 2 MRI, maybe one on a Monday and one on a Tuesday. That would almost never happen. There's really no value whatsoever in an MRI being performed on 2 consecutive days. So what happened? Well, what could very easily have happened is a nurse came in to take a patient out of the room and recognized that they were nauseous at the time. Well, you can't put a nauseous individual into an MRI machine. So the nurse intelligently says, hey, let's just put this MRI off until tomorrow. Well, in the hospital environment, as soon as a service is ordered, it's put on a patient's bill. So the first MRI was ordered days or weeks before. It was billed immediately. It was never taken off the bill, so when the second MRI was set up by the nurse, they got billed twice. So an average hospital MRI goes for about $5,500 gross bill charges. So if that's not caught, then that employer is going to be overcharged by that $5,500. You can't look at a UB, which is the invoice that a hospital sends to a payer. You can't see that there's 2 MRI on there. You have to dig further and get that itemized bill or the medical records to be able to discern that there was the mistake made there. So that's the service AMPS plays, is we do that digging, we do that investigation to make sure that the payer is not charging for things, the payer is not paying for things, and the hospital is not charging for things that aren't legitimate on the bill.